Hi everybody, welcome to the Reaction Channel and welcome today to the start, I hope, of an Italian weekend of 3 videos. This is going to be probably the most popular and the most famous, we shall see. And it's Teatro Fairamore. And what does Fairamore mean in Italian? Let's make some noise, and I need to make a cough in the middle of my video, but there you go. And let's talk about this person that, if the pandemic had not had come on top of us and done what it's done, the Eurovision, which is our competition in Europe, and those familiar with it, were all represented from different countries, come together, sing songs, and a winner is announced. Similar in America, I know that you've got your own competitions there, but this particular one gets more and more popular over the years, and last year I would have predicted he would have won. Why? Let's take a listen. There's a description and links to follow as usual in the video. And let's take a listen to the song that I predict did last year would have won the Eurovision. And this is English translations, because it's very, very difficult for people to appreciate Italian music because they switch off. Let's switch on, let's read the lyrics, the beautiful lyrics, and let's take it away.
Sai che cosa penso? Che non dovrei pensare, che se poi penso sono un animale, e se ti penso tu sei un'anima. Forse è questo temporale che mi porta da te, e lo so, non dovrei farmi trovare senza un ombrello, anche se ho capito che per quanto io fugga torno sempre a te, che fai rumore qui e non lo so se mi fa bene, se il tuo rumore mi conviene, ma fai rumore, sì, che non lo posso sopportare, questo silenzio innaturale tra me e te. E me ne vado in giro senza parlare, senza un posto a cui arrivare. Consumo le mie scarpe, forse le mie scarpe sanno bene dove andare, che mi ritrovo negli stessi posti, proprio quei posti che dovevo evitare, e faccio finta di non ricordare, e faccio finta di dimenticare, ma capisco che per quanto io fugga torno sempre a te, che fai rumore qui e non lo so se mi fa bene, se il tuo rumore mi conviene, ma fai rumore,
after that, I think you need to take a bit of a break. But the one thing I found is Diatto has a wonderful poetry side to him as well. You look at, I was sketching down little notes as I went along. You probably see me sitting there like a little mouse in the corner. But the one thing that stood out for the whole of the song was, and we can relate to it, is I wear my shoes and maybe they know where to go. It's part of the poetry that makes up him to be what I would consider in today's pop world one of the most formidable male singers to come out of Italy ever. And that's my prediction for the future. He's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. The competition would have launched him with hundreds of millions of people listening to his voice, and they would have embellished him and embraced him as much as I've done. But the one thing that will continue to be his thing, not his liquid golden voice, but it's going to be that poetry that he reflects in his writing. And the consistency in his voice. If you've ever seen his live version of this song with fans, he was outside an award ceremony, believe it or not, and he grabbed a guitar and he put his foot on some pillar and he started playing this particular song to fans. A group of 20 fans that turned up, and he went in amongst them to make sure that they got this song. And instead of just playing one or two verses, he played that entire song, sang with them. This is the kind of person that he is as well. And that's why his fans have embraced him. That's why he's won the awards that he's won. Now, if we're going to embrace him in any form, we've got to read the description, we've got to get to know him, we've got to follow the links, and I hope you do, because that is a little taste of what's to come this weekend. I always play them in blocks of 2s and 3s every weekend. I could do Vikings, I could do Spanish weekend. This weekend it's Italian. So the next 2 videos following this are Italian as well. Excuse me for today, my cough. And I hope that you also have made noise with an artist in your hearts that is simply sensational. And that's it for today. Thank you.